Welcome back to Genomic Genesis. Today we'll be discussing part 4, that is Kingdom Monera from class 11 Biology chapter 2. In this video, we'll cover everything from Archaebacteria to Mycoplasma, exactly as per the latest NCERT. Stay till the end for the tricks, PYQs, and a quick revision quiz. So, without any further delay, let's get started. Here's what you will be learning today. First, we'll be recalling the basics of Kingdom Monera. Then, we'll be diving into Archaebacteria and their three types. Then, we'll also discuss how bacteria can be both useful and harmful. Plus, we'll understand the special role of cyanobacteria. By the end, you'll be ready for every 1 mark and 2 mark questions from this section. Archaebacteria. Archaebacteria are ancient bacteria. The NCERT key line is that they have a different cell wall structure compared to other bacteria. This unique cell membrane helps them survive in extreme habitats where nothing else can. There are basically three types: Methanogens that live in the marshy areas and in the guts of cattle or cow. They produce methane and are used in biogas plants. Halophiles love extreme salty places like the Dead Sea. They look pink because of the presence of bacteriorhodopsin. Thermoacidophiles live in hot springs. They tolerate 80 degrees Celsius and an acidic pH around 2 to 3. A quick MHT trick for your remembrance. So let's make this easy with the MHT trick. M stands for methanogens. Think marshy areas, methane gas and move from cows. They make biogas. H for halophiles, H for high salt like the Dead Sea, T for thermoacidophiles, T for high temperature and terrific acid like in hot springs. Just remember MHT. One word gives you all three types and a guaranteed marks. Next, Eubacteria. Eubacteria is also called as a true bacteria. They have a rigid cell wall, and if they are motile, they have a flagellum or they use a flagellum. In this diagram, we can see that there is a flagella present that helps in the movement of the bacteria. Right? Next is the cyanobacteria, the most important group, also called as the blue-green algae. They are photosynthetic and have chlorophyll A just like plants. Nostoc and Anabaena are the common examples. There are special cells known as heterocysts that fix atmospheric nitrogen. You can see in the diagram the heterocysts, right? And these are the mucilaginous sheet. Now, let me share a quick fun fact. Cyanobacteria were the first organisms to release oxygen into the Earth's atmosphere 2.5 billion years ago. They also cause algal blooms in polluted water. Next, we move to the modes of nutrition. You can take a screenshot of this table as it will help you further in your exam. Bacteria show the most extensive metabolic diversity. Let's use the NCERT table. Autotrophic bacteria make their own food. Photosynthetic ones like cyanobacteria uses sunlight. Chemosynthetic ones like Nitrosomonas and Nitrobacteria oxidize inorganic substances like ammonia to get energy. This is the key for the nutrient cycles. Then we have the heterotrophic bacteria. Saprophytic ones like Bacillus subtilis feed on dead matters. Parasitic ones like the Mycoplasma live on a host and causes disease like TB, that is tuberculosis. Remember that chemosynthetic bacteria recycle nitrogen, sulfur, and iron. Just remember it. This is very important from the point of your exam. Now, we move on to the economic importance, that is, useful bacteria. NCERT says bacteria are both our friends as well as foes. So let's look at the friend side first. In agriculture, Rhizobium and Azotobacter. Rhizobacterium lives in legume root nodules and fixes nitrogen, whereas Azotobacter does the same but lives freely in the soil. In case of industry, Lactobacillus, we are very friendly with this term, converts milk to curd. Acetobacter aceti makes vinegar from alcohol. In medicine, most antibiotics come from bacteria. Streptomyces gives us streptomycin. In biotechnology, E. coli is used to produce insulin through genetic engineering. Now, let's move on to its fourth side, right? That is the harmful bacteria. Bacteria are responsible for causing major diseases. In human, it is responsible for causing cholera by Vibrio cholerae, typhoid by Salmonella typhi, tetanus by Clostridium tetani. Here's a trick MCQ. Citrus canker is a plant disease, not a human disease. CBSE loves to test this. In plants, black rot of crucifers and angular leaf spot of cotton. Bacteria also spoil the food. Clostridium botulinum causes botulism in canned food, which can be fatal. Always check the expiry dates. Next, we move on to the mycoplasma. This is a direct NCERT box and a one mark favorite. Mycoplasmas are the smallest living cells known. The key features: they completely lack a cell wall. Because of this, they are pleomorphic, meaning they can change the shape. They can also survive without oxygen. They are pathogenic to both animals and plants. The most common disease they cause in humans is pneumonia, and because they have no cell wall, penicillin does not work on them. Let's look in the mycoplasma with PYQs. PPLO stands for pleuropneumonia-like organisms. 5 points to remember. Smallest cell, smallest cell, no cell wall, pleomorphic, can live without oxygen and cause pneumonia. CBSE asked in 2022 the question that I showed you just now. This question. Penicillin does not affect mycoplasma. Why? The logic is simple. Penicillin targets the cell wall. If there's no cell wall, the medicine can't work. In 2019 and in the year 2018, they also asked for the full form and one characteristics. Screenshot the table, that is, this table, and keep it with you for your further studies. You have now covered every mycoplasma questions from the last 5 years. Now, it's a time for a 60-second test. Pause the video and answer the questions. The first question is, the first question is name the bacteria used in biogas production. Answer the question. Your time starts now. Answer is Methanogens. The second question is, why are cyanobacteria used in paddy fields as biofertilizers? Think and answer. Because they have heterocysts for nitrogen fixation. Note these questions in your notebook. It will help you in your preparations before your exams. The third question is, differentiate between Rhizobium and Azotobacter with respect to nitrogen fixation. It's a 2 marks question. Your time starts now. Rhizobium is symbiotic in legume roots, whereas Azotobacter is a free living in soil. Name the pigment present in halophiles. Where are they found? This is also a 1 mark question, and the timer starts now. The answer is Bacteriorhodopsin, found in extreme salty areas like the Dead Sea. Comment your scores below. These are the exact CBSE questions from the last 5 years asked for the biogas bacteria. Right? If you got 5 out of 5, this section is done. PDF of all PYQs will be provided in the description box. You can get the PDF from there. That's the end of part 4, that is Kingdom Monera. If this helped, hit the like button so YouTube shows it more to class 11 students. Part 5 on Kingdom Protista is linked on the left. For all notes PDFs, join my Telegram channel from the link in the description. Comment Monera if you want the full Chapter 2 one shot before your exam. I'll pin the top comment. Subscribe and press the bell button to get the notifications of every videos in my channel. See you in the next one. Keep studying. Thank you.